Alright guys, welcome back to Game and Compute. Taking a little detour on the way home, just for ease. So, excuse the yawning. This one's tired. I wanted to talk today about a job board that I found. So, I was on LinkedIn. I don't know if it was Wednesday morning, and I saw that there was going to be a job fair online, virtual job fair. So I was like, cool, I don't have to go anywhere, and it was going to be for tech related jobs, and so I was like, double cool, and so I went on there at 4 o'clock yesterday. The app is called ENTRE. I don't know if that's how they pronounce it, but it's ENTRE. It's like a black user interface with mostly white lettering, and the logo is a blue, I don't know if it's a check marker or something. So yeah, I went on there, and they had, I think, 4 speakers who were recruiters who were talking about the positions they have available on their website. They linked in the chat their website, their contact information, their socials Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever, to connect to be able to, engage with these people, to try and, have a good, just to have a good connection, and try to interact. And so I went on the site, and it went pretty good, and it was pretty cool to hear what they had to say. I think one of them, maybe 2, would have been a good fit. But, it was a pretty cool networking event. You could add the company, add the recruiters. You get their name. Their profile information is on there with their websites and everything. You could find out a lot of information. And so they do also have a job board, which was the coolest thing. Now, I haven't fully vetted this job board, guys, but I'll tell you what I did recognize. No, I think I'm going the wrong way. I'll tell you what I did recognize. So there was so the job board had people with jobs posted. All you really had to write on there was a little bit of information in a text box, something along the lines of why you want to apply for this job or whatever it may be, and upload your resume, and that was basically it. And from some of the jobs, I was able to find the company and, some specific contact people online. So that was cool. To find people online. But Even though I found them online on LinkedIn, I didn't necessarily see them like I saw them online on LinkedIn, but I didn't necessarily see the actual job postings. And so that to me was a little weird. I was kind of like, I don't really know. It was just a little strange for me. Because, like, say if it was, for example, like digital marketing specialist or something like that, or like a digital marketing internship or something along those lines, and then looking over on LinkedIn, like, so if that job was posted on ENTRE, and then looking over on LinkedIn, that company might not have that specific job posted, but you could still apply on ENTRE and find a contact person through LinkedIn. I think there was only one site that I wasn't able to find actually on LinkedIn. So most of them are on LinkedIn. It seemed like I didn't search that many, maybe like 10 or so, I don't know. But it could be a good opportunity for people, for networking. Now, I don't know if it's like a one-to-one, you're going to find a job right away or whatever. One thing that I did notice is that they did have quite an abundance of tech-related jobs and jobs in jobs for like entry-level and interns. And like I mentioned, the application process seems a lot less tedious than most websites will make you apply on. And so you might, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I've never really, I'm not saying I haven't applied to anything on there, because I did, but I don't think I submitted any of the applications through ENTRE. I'd like to try that just because it is an easier method. And then, but you don't really get all the data of how many people have applied and everything. Or like how LinkedIn tells you like how you qualify or how you compare to other recent applicants. Like, there was none of that additional information. But it was pretty fun. I found it a little more invigorating than just like searching online. Like, at least it was like people talking, and it was a little more lively. Like, I think there were like 200, 300 people in that chat. People were chatting, actively chatting. The people who were talking were muted when they weren't talking. And it wasn't like interview. So I've never been to any of their events or even knew about them until yesterday. But if they have more, I'd want to go to more. And it just seems like a good networking opportunity and learning opportunity. They did mention some kind of information about, like, you know, you can DM the recruiters and get concisely to the point of like the application, why you're applying, and that kind of thing. And they said that that does go a pretty long way. And they also mentioned other tips like just basically like applying and reaching out. And I think on ENTRE they said once a week and then once a month. So once a week and once a month they go through people's, I think, LinkedIn profiles. I don't know if it's resumes or LinkedIn profiles with the resume information that's on there, I think. So I can't remember who said once a week. I think there was one guy on there who does it once a week. And then in general on the app they do that event once a month or something like that. That seems to be more accurate to what they were saying. But yeah, I mean, it was you know, I'm connected to a community work resource, and that to me was a little better for networking and learning. It was, I don't even know if it was like a 1 hour event. They were mostly done in like 30 minutes talking. And yeah, like, I think they went through the chat and were answering questions, and like, they really wanted to help people. It was cool. It was like recruiters that were really like looking for ideal candidates and were wanting people to apply. And so if there are other events like that, I would say that they'd be very valuable. Just because, you know, you're basically able to you know, hear what the actual recruiters have to say. I mean, you could contact them and apply while you're listening to them talking, and you could you know, reach out while they're talking. They said they check their messages, but yeah, like I think another thing to kind of think about is reaching recruiters. That might be one option. I mean, the reason why I want to talk about this kind of stuff is because our economy is going crazy, guys. I mean, there's more to it than that, I know, but I mean, everyone's saying all this, you know, stuff about October 1st is coming, and like what's going to happen October 1st and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, they're talking about October 1st and the economy in the U.S. and all these other kinds of issues, of what might actually come up and what we need to watch out for. And so, I mean, I find it valuable to have any kind of foot in the door at this point of like events where you're gonna get a more direct lead. Even I don't think they saw our faces on there, like they couldn't see us, but like, I mean, you could still see their information. Like as each speaker talked, I kind of went while they were talking and looked up their information, and that was pretty helpful. But yeah, guys, I don't really know. Like, I think it could be potentially a little bit complicated. But there's a lot of internships out there too. And for people who are looking for like online work, I mean, most people, I'd say if you're a millennial or a Gen Zer, you're probably familiar enough with social media related work that you could probably manage social media for someone or do some type of digital marketing. I guess they call them like mini tasks or something. You could probably get into something like that. So, all right, I've made it to my destination. I'm gonna eat some lunch. It's a little bit after 1. And with that, thank you for listening.